Hey gang, how's it going? Welcome back to another video, another Genshin Impact video. And cheap and tasty chop suey!
Right now, I wish I was sitting at the top of a tree,
Oh,
looking out over a meadow, cider in hand.
okay, we're gonna exchange the Ganyu. Anyways, welcome gang to another Genshin Impact video, and today we will be doing the event called A Muddy Bizarre Adventure. There are 7 days and 16 hours remaining. So, cheap and tasty chop suey! For reasons unknown, some dark mud-like substance has come pouring out of the caverns and mines of the chasm. Help a Sumeru researcher deal with the crisis. So, the quest, A Muddy Bizarre Adventure, leads us to Liyue, and go to the Liyue Adventures Guild and talk to Katarine. Assist the researcher from Sumeru in initializing the Persina spike. Let's do this. Hello, Cat. How's it going? It seems that the situation has been getting worse over the last 2 days. The exploration team's movements will be limited as a result. Who can I get to take this commission up? What's going on, Cat? Oh, Raijin and Paimon, your timing is truly impeccable. Impeccable, you say? Sounds like we got some trouble in our hands again, says Paimon. For reasons unknown, some dark mud-like substances has come pouring out of the caverns and mines of the chasm lately. It's a very sudden affair, and the exploration team has yet to come up with any countermeasure, and so investigations there have started and stopped several times. As such, Khedive has asked the Adventurers Guild to send help. Eh? Dark mud stuff? Isn't that thing from beneath the chasm, you mean the mines, Paimon? That's exactly the substance I speak of. I do not know why it has reached the caverns and mines, but either way, the exploration team's progress has been stymied. 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 And even their day-to-day movements have been affected. After all, they rely heavily on mining tunnels for the transportation of goods and materials. And Cat, how long has this been going on? For some time now, says Catherine. Khedive says that he's found a researcher from Sumeru who can help him out, but that researcher seems to need help themselves. I must admit that this has been troubling me ever since. Hmm, you know, Khedive probably prayed. You know, Khedive probably pays pretty well. Yeah, he pretty paid us well on the quests we done for him at the underground mine. So, we might just well help him. Has no one stepped forward, says Paimon. No, I'm afraid mostly owing to the extreme danger that the dark mode poses. Quite a few people actually came on account of the reward. But the moment they heard it was the chasm, they quickly declined. To make things trickier, most adventurers are not very familiar with the chasm's layout. So the one who accepts this commission will have to be someone with no fear of danger and who knows the chasm like the back of their hand. And just as I was puzzling over this matter, you two dropped by. Oh, Cat, you silly goose. So, that's how it is. Things do seem quite serious, right, Jin? I suppose we can help Kadive out. Then let's go now, shall we? About that, Kadive says that you have to look for that other researcher from Sumuru, or to quote him verbatim, if anyone's willing to help, tell them to go to the campsite at the chasm. That guy will be there prepping just as usual. Alright, then we'll be off. Thank you. The chasm safety is in your hands. Oh, as always, we are the hero. A muddy, bizarre adventure. Go to the mining camp to look for the Sumuru researcher. And that will lead us back to the underground mines to start the muddy, bizarre adventure. I gotta say, the Genshin devs quite overdone themselves with this new event, a muddy, bizarre adventure. They quoted JoJo in this case, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Okay, Ganyu. Where is him? Where is him? Where is the guy? Where is he? Oh, he must be down there. Let's go down. Let's go down. Oh, if it isn't our good friend Houdini. Hello, Hosini. Long time no see, my friend. I didn't think that the environment here will be so unique. In that case, the energy system of the Persina Spike will. Oh, Raijin and Paimon, it has been a while. What are you two doing here at the chasm? Actually, I do recall Kadive saying that you helped the exploration team a lot. That said, the situation on the chasm has been worsening. It's no place for a walk in the park. Wait, you are? Oh, come on. Didn't we meet? Didn't we just meet a short while ago? I mean, I do always end up asking you for help, but that's no reason to pretend that you don't recognize me. We recognize you, Mr. Houdini. Ah, forget it. In that case, allow me to introduce myself once again. I'm Hosini, a researcher at the Academia. I've been working on a device known as the Energy Amplifier, and I even went to Inazuma to do some reference work there. However, I've run out of operating funds for my research, so I have to return to Sumuru. Ah, okay. Paimon thinks she remembers you now. You do? You are Amplifier Man! I'm quite sure I've never introduced myself as such, but anyway, whatever the case, I received a request from a fellow researcher named Kadive. I owe him a favor regarding research funds from way back. So I'm here at the chasm to help him solve this problem. Well, I hope that explanation is clear enough. In which case, let me ask the question. Why are you two here at the chasm? To simplify things, my good friend Houdini, we are your backup. Ah, so that's you. And to think I was worried when Kadive mentioned that he was going to get some people to help out. Since it's you, I guess there's nothing to worry about. I must admit that if I were to attempt to resolve the Darkmoon issue at the chasm myself, it will take a lot of time and energy. But with your help, our odds are, well, higher. What do you need us to do, Mr. Houdini? You heard the Persina Spike, right? A device that can release energy that disrupts the ley lines. Yeah. According to my hypothesis, we can place the spike at points where the dark mud is pouring out to disrupt the ley line movements and clear it away. Is the dark mud even related to the ley lines? Well, they did appear based on anomalies in the ley lines, so it's very likely that they are related. That's what Kadive and I discussed it anyway. So we can use the spike to disrupt or even close the openings that allow the ley lines here to access external elements, which will stop the dark mud. I see. However, we were previously just using the spikes. Just using the spikes. English is difficult. Bear with me, guys. To disrupt the ley lines. This is the first time that I'm using the spikes to seal them. I have done some estimations and adjusted some of the spikes parameters. In theory, nothing should go wrong. But theory is, as you know, ultimately theory, and theories must all be tested. I was thinking of beginning the initialization process, in fact, but it has some risks. Well, allow me then. Alright, I'll leave it to you. I will observe from the sides. Okay, the quest is completed. Thank you guys so much for watching. So I believe the first challenge is this one. Am I right? Transportation test. The dark mud oozing forth from the ley lines will buff nearby monsters, increasing their attack and defense greatly. When these monsters are in areas covered by the dark mud, their abilities will be further increased. Monsters will attack the person in a spike constantly, and the surrounding area will flood over with dark mud. Clear the mud to weaken the creatures and defeat them to prevent the spike from being damaged. Whoop-de-doo. Looks like our favorite commission will be done here. Okay.
Gather!
Born of ice and frost. Let's play! Time for takeoff.
This is order.
No touching. Here we go. Yeah, think you can get away? Access denied.
Ow, ow.
Didn't see that blaze over.
Blaze over.
Stabilize.
Okay, okay. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh.
Brace yourselves.
Order guide you.
Order guide you.
Time for takeoff.
Time for takeoff.
Born of ice and frost.
Stabilize.
Ow, 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 ow.
All hail.
Oh, hell.
We're way behind schedule.
We're way behind the schedule.
Gather.
Access denied. Next on the agenda.
Okay, good, good.
Come on, we can do it.
But first, I have to exchange Venti's bow with Yelan for now. That will be helpful. Okay, Mr. Houdini,
We're way behind schedule.
we're way behind the schedule. Didn't you say that theoretically there wouldn't be any problems? The spike wound up causing the dark mud to gush out instead. Oh, so that's how it is. Ah, to think that I did not factor the ground into my calculations. Oh, what an error. Factor the ground into your calculations, says Paimon. That's right, our previous experiments all took place on softer soil. But within the chasm, the medium through which the spike's energy travels is not soil but rock, which has different properties. This caused a major discrepancy between the earlier calculations and the actual results. Indeed, theory is not a mere matter of imagination. Instead, it must be grounded and proven in reality. This proving process, says Paimon, it seems kinda dangerous though. Also, why did so much mud come out? Bear with me, guys. English is kinda difficult. Also, why did so much mud come out all at once? Indeed, this place is quite far from the mining complex, so the mud really shouldn't be flowing all the way here. The situation must be more urgent than we imagine. Also, the Persina spike has a definite effect on environments affected by the dark mud. This shows that the mud proliferation is, as I guessed, a issue that stems from the ley lines. This proves the need for experimentation and proof, does it not? Of course, if I had done the experiment myself, I would have wound up being attacked by the monsters. Not that I worry about being injured. That will be a small loss compared to any damage that might be done to the Persina spike. How would I answer to our great tutor, Furnace, or my fellow researchers in the Kashawar? You should pay more attention to your own safety, nonetheless. True, the data we collected can be used to adjust the results of our calculations. Now, the solutions to these interfering parameters, I believe there are 4 such methods, though there should be only one that will prove most effective. Thank you so much for helping me with this test run, Roijin. I will make some adjustments to the Persina spike. Later, it can be moved to the mining complex, where operations can then begin. You're moving into the mining complex? Well, no, I had agreed with Khedive to hire some of the local miners here to move it. But when they heard that my objective was to resolve the issue of the dark mud, they refused any payment. I've spoken to Khedive and Mooning from the Ministry of the Civil Affairs, however. The Mora will still go to them as compensation. Of course, I need you to start the machine up once it reaches its destination. Okay, I see it, how it goes. Spike self-circulation report abstract. Wait until the next day. My favorite, my favorite, 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 favorite mechanic of the game. Here we have it. Where is Houdini? Houdini has gone to the other side of the ad hoc main tunnel. Where is Houdini? Here it is. Here's the man, the myth, the legend. Oh, I see it. I see it, how it goes. Okay, but first, let me take a look at this. Okay. This is the first one, and this is the second one. Okay, we have to defend now. Hello, Houdini. You're here. No, I'm not. Yep, we're here to help. I was just checking the Persina spike. I must say that Liyue's miners are made of stern stuff. Just 2 of them were enough to transport the spike here. But since the spike has some very fine moving parts, I need to check if it has been in effect while in transit. In theory though, everything should be fine. That's what you said last time too, and you nearly got Paimon and Raijin into deep trouble. Well, I did say also there's a difference between theory and reality. However, I made sure to check everything before you came. Everything has been prepared, and once initialized in operation, the spike will not need any initial elemental energy input to maintain its charging state. It will just keep charging? Yes, before I had to adapt to Inazuma environment, so I modify it such that it could only charge and operate though by the use of Electro. However, that is not the original operating mode of the Persina Spike. Originally was intended to function in this sort of environment. In fact, this dark mud it is its power source. The mud provides power to the spike. That's right, and that's why the spike is perfectly suited to solving this issue. If you consider it, this dark mud issue that we're having in the chasm has both symptom and source, both of which must be resolved. Of this, the source is the ley lines? Exactly. As such, we must nip the problem in the bud by sealing the openings in the ley lines throughout which the dark mud is spewing out. Of course, the sealing of ley lines will not completely solve the problem of the dark mud that has already come out. However, the Persina Spike has the ability to absorb the energy within the dark mud and decrease its power as a contaminant. This is what we call fixing the symptoms. This way, the dark mud that has already reached the surface will serve as a power source of the Persina Spike, and the spike and as the spike continues operation, it will close the ley lines from which the mud is spewing forth. As for those monsters who have been affected by mud due to long-term exposure, they will lose the enhancements they got from it and will be weakened. Ooh. That's 3 birds with 1 stone, says Paimon. You know what? This Percy Spikesy is better than Paimon thought. It's called Persina Spike. Persina's brilliance truly is such that one might almost believe that the spike was specifically made to solve problems such as these. If that guess of mine is true, then this whole process of solving the dark mud problem could serve as a valuable experimental data on the future. Who knows? This research might even allow me to discover some hitherto unknown principles behind how Persina could affect the ley lines using certain devices. This subject has great value, honestly. If I could win the Academia's Kavikazu's prize, Kavikavu's prize with this, that would be wonderful. Kavikavu's prize? This is a prize that the Academia gives out specifically to young researchers. Every year, the sages will go over the research reports sent in and cast votes to select the winner. The criteria for winning are that the subject must be groundbreaking, creative, and the person that's sending the report must have great potential and be under 40 years of age. All those who have won the Kavikaza's prize while under the age of 40 will go on to win great renown in the Academia. That sounds awesome! Well, let's start the spike up right now. Let's hope it solves our problem. That said, please take note, Raijin, that while the Persina Spike is a very impressive piece of equipment, it also quite intricate and fragile. If it is hit while operating or submerged with dark mud, which can cause falling, the spike will turn off automatically to prevent any further damage. As such, please beware of the mud and monsters while you operate the device. Okay. Second challenge. Automated charging. The Persina Spike will continuously purify the environment while charging up. The challenge is considered a success once charging completes. The Persina Spike will enter a faulty state for a time if it is attacked, causing charging to temporarily stall. Additionally, using blooming light while the spike is operating normally will clear out any nearby using concretions, granting the spike additional energy and speeding up the charging process. Okay. So,
Solidify!
let's just secure our victory. Okay. Okay.
Think you can get away? No touching.
Gather!
Access denied. Wouldn't gliding be faster?
Gliding would be faster. Ah.
Yahoo! Time for takeoff.
Time for takeoff.
No touching. Blaze over. Next on the agenda. Next on the agenda.
Let's let the spike charge, boys.
We're way behind schedule.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
This is order!
This is order.
Think you can get away?
69. The good old 69. Good, good.
We're way behind
good.
schedule.
This is basically tower defense.
Next on the agenda.
Next on the agenda. Ow, 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 ow.
Time for takeoff.
Time for takeoff.
All hail.
All hail. So far so good. 87, 88. Good, 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 good.
Gather.
Okay, challenge completed. Good, good, good.
Next on the agenda.
Next on the agenda.
I will have order.
Oh. 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 I've done goofed. Sorry, guys. Okay. Let's report back to Houdini.
We're way behind schedule.
What's up, Houdini? The effects are better than I thought. We recorded all the phenomena we've seen and the data we've collected. And most importantly, the dark mud was completely cleared. It's just that why do you look so unhappy? Is it a bad thing that the mining complex is all clean? Let me think. Well, when Kadive and I analyzed the situation previously, we believe that the opening in the ley lines throughout which the dark mud came should be here. I didn't think that such an opening would be this easy to clear out, so the true entry point must be elsewhere. And in this case, the affected areas also includes the frontline mines. Exactly. This means that the point throughout which the dark mud is flowing is in the tunnels. Such areas will be far more narrow, allowing for greater buildup of the mud and making it easier for monsters to swarm in, thus worsening our problem. Still, I have full faith on the Persina Spike. It is, after all, Persina's great creation. Just let me do a bit of maintenance work on first. I'll call the miners who have been agreed to move the spike into the tunnels over. Okay, day 2. Now, day 3. Spike self-circulation report. Environs log. Wait till the next day. Oop-de-doo. Next day it is.
Should we really be off work this early?
Yep. But we need to find Mr. Houdini. Where he is. Houdini. My good friend Houdini. Where he is. There are 2 miners here. Oh! It's the Chat of Chats too! What's up, bud? What's up, my friend? How's it going? To the man. What's up, Houdini? You're just in time, Raijin. We're just discussing how to move the Persina Spike in. I must say, however, the situation is far more serious than we anticipated. This is bad. There's too much dark mud here, and it's crawling with monsters attracted by the mud. We can't move the spike in, says. How? We can't find any path forward at all. We're still a long way from the mining tunnels. Come on, we got to try it again, says Stu. If it still doesn't work out, let's go back out there and grab a few more buddies to help out, says Stu. I mean, I'm not Stu, the mining superstar. I can carve throughout a mountain, but with a few swings of my pickaxe. These monsters are no match for me. Let's get moving. Yeah, to the Chad. Bah, keep on faking. We'll see how much redder your face can get from all of that coughing. Nonsense. We can't proceed any further in. Long-term exposure to this mud will have severe consequences. The large number of monsters makes things even more dangerous. But we all saw it, didn't we? We put the machine in the mining complex and it was just clean up just like that. If if we could just get rid of all this mud sooner, this isn't the time to be prizing speedy solutions, whether be in experiments or in problem solving. Proceeding without preparation and proper examination is too harsh. One mistake could cost lives. Your own life is of utmost importance. This is one of the basic axioms of the Academia's lab manual. As a researcher from the academia, I cannot simply stand by and allow such foolhardiness. But if we stop, who's going to do something about this mud? If it continues to attract these monsters, it wouldn't matter if we brought another 20 people. We wouldn't make any headway, says Hal. Let me think. If this is really unworkable, we could activate the spike once more. Over here first. Here? That's right. I just gave the dark mud emissions a once over, and they are faster than how they were the day before in the mining complex. This is not yet the heart of the problem, so the purification rate should be quicker than the rate at which the darker mud can flow out. Those monsters in the chasm were attracted by the dark mud. I suspect that they must be affected by its energies, so setting up the spike here and decreasing the mud's influence in the vicinity should also be of help to you, Raijin. If we clear the mud out, the monsters should stop congregating. Once that's happened, we can try moving the spike further in. So let's do this. You two head back to the camp and rest first. We'll have need of you later. Come on, I don't need rest yet. We just it's not time for the mining superstar to lay his pickaxe down just yet. If it is clearing monsters, I can help out too, says 2. Quit the tough guy act already. I've seen this pattern of yours before, says Hal. This is Raijin we were talking about. Where he gets to fixing things, there's little people like you and I have to fear. We'll leave the dark mud in this area to you, Raijin. Leave it to me, just relax. Yes. This entire area is covered in mud. The situation is far worse than I thought. There are also a lot of monsters nearby, so stay on your toes. I'll take care. No, I mean literally stay on your toes regarding the Persina Spike. I have full confidence on your abilities, but less so in the awesome yet fragile Spike. Please make sure that the Spike makes it through unscathed. Okay. Okay. What now? What now? Circulation theory. As you defeat all opponents within the time limit, the Persina Spike in operation will release shockwaves and intervals that will deal damage to the opponents they hit and dispel the buffs that those opponents possess. The arena will constantly brim over with dark mud. Once this mud covers the Persona spike, it will cause a fault that prevents the spike from unleashing shockwaves. Use blooming light to destroy the using Okay, I gotcha. Gotcha. Okay,
Stabilize.
let's start.
Let's play! Think you can get away? Brace yourself! Yeah! Born of ice and frost! Here we go! Yeah! Time for takeoff!
For takeoff.
Solidify.
For Rex Lapis!
For Rex Lapis. He's here.
Gather.
Let's play!
Okay. Okay, we're good.
Here we go! Think you can get away?
Think you can get away?
No touching!
Ow.
Stabilize.
Okay, recharge. Fuck. Uh-oh.
Time for takeoff!
For takeoff.
Wouldn't gliding be that? All hail!
All hail. That will give me some time.
Next on the agenda, access denied.
Ow.
Crumble. Order guide.
Or they guide you.
Let's play!
Let's play. Oh. No. No. Come.
Wouldn't gliding be faster?
Wouldn't gliding be faster?
Think you can get away?
Think you can get away? Oh shit. Ah! Those guys! Why those
We're way
guys?
behind schedule. Next on the agenda,
Gather.
Why those guys?
come on, we can do it. No touching. Blaze over.
Blaze over? Why those guys? I need source.
We're way behind schedule.
Okay. I might just well defeat them. Slow. You are slow.
Let's dance.
Okay, Houdini. We did it. My, as should I expect it from you, I suppose. Now the dark mud and the monsters are gone with minimal damage to the Persona spike. I'm most glad that you were the one Khedive got us to help out. If it were anywhere else, I doubt they could solve these issues quite so handily. Well, I'm pretty good on what I do. Indeed, that is plain to see. The two miners, Tu and Hao, have headed back to rest. Looks like it will be difficult to move the spike back right away. But clearing the mud as we go isn't a good idea either. The closer we get to the area venting the mud, the more intense the rate at which it will just keep flowing out. We have to stop this problem directly at its source. Looks like we need another solution. Okay, Mr. Houdini. We have to wait till the next day. Again. Where's Houdini now? I wonder.
Next on the agenda.
Next on the agenda. But first, my friend, we have to recharge. We have to recharge. We will need some charge on our way. But the Fatutu are there as well, so no. Okay, Houdini, what is next for us? Houdini, are you alright? I think I must be feeling the effects myself. Must have stayed here too long. While thinking how about moving the Priscilla spike towards a ley line rupture. It's not a big deal though. I've had some rest and I'm much better already. At the same time, I also thought of the solution. It's just that, well, I must say, finding a way to move the Priscilla spike around is actually not as hard as finding excuses to extend report submission dates. Since the mud covers the ground, we can make it float just a little by using hot air balloons and transport the spike that way. Oh no. No. That commission. Of course, this will help us solve our dark mud problem to some extent, but in areas where it has blocked up the tunnel, we might still have trouble getting the hot air balloon throughout. And this is without speaking of the monsters that the mud will attract. I'm afraid that we'll have to leave such things to you. Don't worry, between Paimon and Raijin, all these monsters won't even know what hit him. I'll lend you my sword for a while. Well, Paimon is mostly just shooting you from the sides, you know. To think that laughing just a little would make me cough this much. Whatever the case, too, and how are packaging the Priscilla spike and getting the balloon ready. I'd have packaged the Priscilla spike myself, but the mere effort of standing up for a while was enough to send me into coughing fits. How embarrassing. Looks like I'll have to train my body as well as my academic mind in the future. Go and look for them. Okay, we have to talk to Two. Where's Two? Here he is, the super duper star. What's up, Two? Hey, Raijin, you're just in time. We're done wrapping this thing up. Guess the dude from Sumeru explained how we're going to use this hot air balloon, right? Come on, Hosini is not some dude from Sumeru. He's here to help us with dark mud. Could you be a little more respectful, too? Hey! This is just a friendly form of addresses, too. Right, whatever. The balloon can be used and the purification device can also be prepared. Raijin, if you need the help of the mining superstar... Actually, never mind. I can't really help right now. At least you got some self-awareness. Go get some rest, says Hal. Ah, whatever the case. If you want to start moving the device, just start the hot air balloon right up. Ah, emergency escort. Escort the hot air balloon to its destination to complete a challenge. When you encounter dark mud or monsters along the way, the transportation process will stop. Clear them out as quickly as possible to allow the balloon to reach its destination. Ganyu, I'm sorry. I love you. You are one of my favorites. But
Well, this ought to be entertaining.
this calls for a little manpower.
Gather.
Ayato is with us. Please be careful. Blah 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 blah. This is the reason why I asked Ayato to
Cascade.
come. He's the person to. He's the person perfect for the job. He's the perfect person for the job. Okay, good.
Time for takeoff.
Attempts back. I will have order.
He will have order.
Cascade.
Okay. Good, good. La la la
Go,
la.
Barbara, go!
Go, Barbara, go.
Yahoo!
Yahoo!
Think you can get away?
You can get away? Let's recharge over here. Because... Okay, good, good. That's really good. I don't think there will be lots of monsters right here. I think that will be a... Ah,
Gather.
Brace yourself. Yeah.
brace yourselves.
Time for takeoff.
And time for takeoff.
Gather. Order guide.
Order guide you.
Cascade.
Okay. Okay. Challenge completed. Thank
Ready,
you
steady,
so much, Ayato. I know this needed a little manpower, but now we can get the goat back.
What are my orders?
Your orders is to protect me after the Persona spike has been moved to the tunnel depths of Houdini. Well, the spike has finally been placed. According to my estimations, this should be the opening throughout the which the ley lines are overflowing. If we can get the spike up and running here, we can affect the ley lines such that the opening can be closed. I believe that this will solve our problem for good. Shall we start now then? No, we cannot. I must perform another round of checks. We cannot afford to have another problem like the one we faced during the test run. Once the spike is ready, we will be rid of this terrible mud and the monsters that will come with it. Oh, poor Houdini. Let me guess. Wait till the next day. Whoop-de-doo. My favorite mechanic. Okay. Where's Houdini? Our good friend Houdini. But first, we must recharge. Perfecto. Sup, my man? I'm finally back. How are the investigations going? The spike's adjustments have been completed. I'm still worried, but we can only leave it there in the tunnels. I've asked Kadive to make some medicine for Tu and Hao as well. It's all up to you. Initialize the spike and seal the openings throughout which the dark mud is gushing out. Honestly, when Kadive first came to me for help, I thought to myself that I would just pack the spike up and head up to Sumeru if things didn't work out. In any case, we had done enough experiments on the Persina spikes already, more than enough to have data that could support a full report. But Tu and Hao, if I just left them there, they would have to deal with this dangerous dark mud for the rest of their lives. I decided that if my research could not help them and was only good for publishing reports, then it wouldn't be worth very much at all. That is why I decided to find some way to stop the ley lines from spewing this mud. I must admit that coming into contact with this dark mud was something of a wake-up call for me as well. I believe in your strength, but the areas where the mud flows freely are still very dangerous, so be careful. I'll take care of the spike. I was talking about you. The spike can indeed decrease the effects that the mud has on the monsters if deployed at the ley line ruptures. But the monsters have been attracted there though are just too numerous. So please, you have to take care of yourself. Gotcha, boss. Gotcha. Gotcha. I got you. I got you. I got you. Don't worry.
We're way behind schedule.
Continued cleanup. Use the Persina spike to defeat opponents and clear the dark mud within the time limit to accrue score. Defeating certain stronger opponents will grant you more points than defeating the ordinary ones. Okay, what is our limit here? Let's go to the challenge.
Solidify!
Yahoo! Think you can get away? Access denied. All hail.
Hail.
Time for takeoff.
Time for takeoff.
This is
And this is order.
Let's play.
Let's
Think
play.
you can get away? No touching. Let the show begin. Come on, we can do it.
I will have order.
We'll have order.
For Rex Lapis.
Rex Lapis.
Time for for takeoff.
Time for takeoff.
No touching.
No touching.
Blaze over.
Blaze over.
We're way behind schedule.
Gather. Order guide you.
Access denied. Next on the
Solidified.
Yahoo! Think you can get away? Born of ice and frost.
Okay, challenge completed. 6K. Let's report back to Houdini. La 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 la. Okay, Houdini.
Next
we
on
did
the
it.
agenda.
Now what? How did it go? Do you manage to operate the spike successfully? Yeah, it went well. Good, good. Throughout the persistent spike cannot seal the opening in one go. As long as it's successful once, continued operation should not be an issue. This means that is reality, just a matter of time before the opening closes completely. Our problem is therefore solved. I must record this. For all I know, I may yet become a figure of some influence in the academia once the full research report on the persistent spikes is submitted. I might even write into my future memoirs. I can see now my experiments with the preternaturally skilled Raijin at the chasm. I'll be waiting eagerly for the day to come. Haha, well, I fear I'm not hardly as good at writing stories as I am at reports. I can only hope that you'll forgive any flaws in my work. And looks like we're done. Let's see. Go to the challenge. Okay, we're done. Let's just get those primos here. Primos here. Those primos over here. And yeah. Let's just go with all those prizes.
Healthy body, healthy mind.
Ah. Wait a minute. No battles, please. Let me make my besides him, the Chad of Chads, the star miner of the chasm, the goats, Ganyu and 2. No. Ganyu and 2. Side to side. I'll thank you guys so much for watching. This event was kind of bizarre, kind of strange, but it was fun after all. And we had to meet the Chad of Chads too. And we had Ganyu on our team with Venti. So, I thank you so much for watching. Please leave a like, subscribe if you are new to the channel. I posted a Shinobu Hangout video before this video. So, I thank you so much for watching. See you at the next event of Genshin Impact. Bye bye.